You act like you haven't seen food in weeks.
Well, I get hungry when I'm nervous.
You look like a pig. Take it easy, will you? I've got a weak stomach.
Will you get off my back? I'm fed up with you telling me what to do. If I'm hungry, I'll eat.
Obviously.
Well, who put you in charge anyway?
Look, just relax, would you? I think we're both getting a bit jumpy.
Jumpy? I'm going crazy cooped up in here with you on my back all the time.
Okay.
Could somebody loosen these ropes, please? They're hurting my legs.
What do you think you're doing?
Well, we could loosen them a little. She can't get far with her hands tied behind her.
She's tried to get away twice.
Oh, come on, you're not making sense. She wasn't tied up then.
Please.
All right. What can she do?
We interrupt this program to bring you a newsflash. Mrs. Erica Davidson, the governor of Wentworth Detention Centre, is missing, kidnapped by a terrorist group. A leader of the group, Andrea Hennessy, is being held hostage in Wentworth by a group of prisoners, and her release is demanded in exchange for Mrs. Davidson's. We could get no comment from the Department of Corrective Services, but an informed source inside the prison tells us that the prisoners of Wentworth have retaliated by kidnapping Hennessy and are barricading themselves within the confines of the prison.
I don't believe
it. The prisoners demand the immediate release of their governor. If this is not forthcoming, Hennessy will die at the hands of her captors.
God!
We will bring you more news as it comes to hand.
They're bluffing, and keep that thing on. There might be more later.
Well, how do we know they're bluffing?
Because it doesn't make sense. A prison's got guards and things. I mean, how could they?
It will be fairly easy for someone who knows the ropes. And if it's who I think it is, she'll get plenty of help. There isn't a woman in that prison who would cross her.
Just tell Mr. Douglas that you can't contact me. Tell him I'll ring him later. Yes?
I was wondering...
What does the word suntan mean to you?
What?
No, it doesn't matter. What do you want?
I was wondering if I could be transferred to another section of the prison.
What on earth for? You only got here yesterday.
Well, it's some of the women in this section. I don't think I can handle them.
Oh, for Pete's sake. What difference does it matter which part of the prison you're in? Prisoners are prisoners. I can handle the job or you can't.
Well, of course I can handle it.
Well, good. I suggest you do just that. And do you know if the Sergeant Ross has arrived in the building yet?
Oh, yes, he was coming up from the gate as I came in.
Good, good. That's it. That's got to be it. Summers at South Beach. Julie, I believe that Sergeant Ross is there waiting to see me. Good. Send him straight in, will you? Well, all right, that's it. You can go back to work now.
Damn, why did they have to get into the act? Don't they understand what we're fighting for?
It doesn't matter whether they understand or not. Not if they kill Andrea.
Don't worry, they won't. They've got too much to lose.
They have nothing to lose. They're in prison already. They can't get away, and if it is Smith...
Oh, shut up. And don't you pay any attention to her. It's probably a trick by the authorities. Besides, why would they risk themselves with a penalty for murder?
You said we'd risk it. That was a threat we made.
I think you're forgetting something. You're not fighting the system any longer. You're up against criminals. They have as little regard for authority as you have. And B. Smith is already serving a maximum sentence for murder. You might say she has nothing to lose.
Maximum sentence? God, the thought of any time in a place like that gives me the creep.
I don't understand this. Why should they risk themselves? They're the people we're trying to help.
Well, who cares why? I'm scared. We've got to get rid of her.
Fine. Then what?
Well, we hide her somewhere. Get back to the city and fix up a couple of alibis. Well, we could bluff it out.
Oh, look,
well, it's the only way. It's all gotten out of hand.
Relax, I agree with you. It's all very sensible. But what about Andrea? Do you want her death on your conscience? Besides that, who's going to do it? Pull the trigger, I mean. You? Well, we've got to do something to prove we're not playing games. We won't get rid of her. Not yet. There's too many other things we can do to her short of killing her. They've already got her clothes and her hair. Maybe a piece of the lady herself would carry more weight.
Exactly what did she say that made you think of trying South Beach?
Well, according to Smith, Hennessy was trying to convince them that Mrs. Davidson wasn't in any danger. She said that the only reason why she'd take her clothes off would be to get a suntan.
Well, that's not much to go on.
Well, no, not in itself. But when Smith tackled her on it, she became all defensive.
But why South Beach?
Well, that's all in here. Hennessy spent most of her summers there. It's my guess that there's got a beach shack down there someplace, and that's where they're holding Mrs. Davidson.
Well, it's not much, but it's all we've got. Mind if I use the phone?
Yeah, sure.
South Beach local station should be able to help. Oh, g'day, Bob. Ernie Ross. How are things going? Listen, mate, I'm on the Wentworth case. That's why I'm calling. Yeah. It looks like the victim might be being held in your area. Yeah, anything unusual reported? Oh, and also, could you check with the local council for any properties registered in the name of Hennessy? Yeah, thanks, Bob. No, I'll hold. I think it'd be a good idea to get Hennessy out of that cell. I want her somewhere where she can be questioned.
Yeah, well, I think...
Now, listen, I can make police assistance available.
No, it's not that. I just think that Smith will probably be able to get more out of her than anybody can.
Yep. Uh-huh. I see. Yeah, thanks, Bob. You can contact me here at Wentworth. Well, a couple walking along the beach did report something suspicious. A scuffle involving 3 women. It looked to them as if one of them was trying to get away. Anyway, they're going to get back to me after they checked with the local council.
Come in.
Mr. Douglas is waiting in reception to see you.
Yeah, right. Look, could you wait for that call in reception?
Oh, sure.
Right. Show Mr. Douglas in.
Mr. Fletcher's free now, Mr. Douglas.
It's about time. I haven't got all day.
Mr. Douglas,
You're new here, aren't you? What's your name?
Conway, sir.
Yeah, well, Conway, next time don't keep me waiting.
I wouldn't even let the Chief Commissioner get away with that, and he gets away with most things.
Would you leave us, please?
Just a moment, please, Miss Conway. I'm the acting governor here. I wanted to stay.
That news leaked to the radio. I suppose they came from you?
I did.
Are you aware of how it's made this department look?
In my judgment, there are other things that were more important.
Your judgment? A couple of prisoners kidnapped somebody and you can't even get them out of the cell. Your judgment?
Well, I consider that a person's life is a bit more important than the department's image.
You blatantly ignored my orders. I've had serious doubts in the past about your competence.
Oh, yes, you've made that quite clear.
I suggest you tender your resignation.
And I suggest that you go back to shuffling papers and playing petty politics and leave me to run this prison.
No, that's it, Fletcher. You're fired.
All right, if you insist. It's usually done a little bit more formally than this, but all right, I'll leave right now. That'll give me plenty of time to talk to all those newspaper men that are hanging around the front
You've
gates.
done enough damage in the past. The terms of your employment forbid you doing that, and you know it.
Very true, but unfortunately for you, Mr. Douglas, that no longer applies to me. You see, I've just been fired.
Don't play games with me, Fletcher. All right. It would seem that things have to stay as they are for the moment, but you will hear more of this, I promise you.
All right, fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a prison to run.
Just make sure you keep your mouth shut with the press. And sort out the deplorable state this prisoner's in.
I could sort things out a lot quicker if I wasn't continually interrupted by politically motivated bureaucrats. Show Detective Ross in, please, Miss Conway.
Yeah, well, I reckon Doreen will be back here pretty soon. She hasn't got the contacts to last in the outside for long.
Yeah, I still can't work out why she did it.
Oh, true love. What do you think? The thing that really gets me is she ruined that project for the rest of us.
Oh, come on, B. Dor's only a kid.
Dor's just an idiot.
Hey, how about letting me have one of the beds tonight, huh?
Tough.
Oh, look, we could take turns. Why do I always have to get the floor?
Oh, quit your whinging. You got your share of the blankets, haven't you?
Oh, well, maybe we could work something out. I mean, it doesn't seem fair that she should have to suffer because of something that's happened to the screws.
If she doesn't like it, she shouldn't have arranged to have Davo kidnapped.
Oh, look, how many times do I have to tell you it had nothing to do with me? Anyway, I don't see why you're so concerned.
Well, I'll tell you what.